There are moments when fear tries to convince you that your story is already over. A bad report arrives, a door closes, or someone you love begins to drift away. Yet what looks final on earth is not final when it is placed before God. Here are 5 ways prayer keeps the enemy from writing the last word. Number 1. Prayer breaks the grip of panic. Fear wants you to act before you hear from God. It pushes you to rush, expect the worst, and make choices from a wounded mind. Prayer calms the storm inside you. 2 Chronicles 20 verse 3 says, "And Jehoshaphat feared, and set himself to seek the Lord." The threat was real, and the king felt fear, but he refused to let fear take the throne. He turned toward God before he turned toward a plan. That is what prayer does for you. It does not pretend the danger is small. It places the danger under the rule of a greater God. When you pray, panic loses its right to lead your thoughts. You begin to see that a bad report is not the same as a final result. You stop asking what fear wants you to do and start listening for what God is saying. Once panic loses control, you can face the next battle with a clear mind. Number 2. Prayer keeps temptation from owning you. The enemy does not need to destroy your life in one moment. He only needs you to stop watching the small choices that shape your heart. Matthew 26:41 says, "Watch and pray, that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." The disciples loved Jesus, yet they slept when they needed to stay alert. Their weakness was not a lack of love. It was a lack of spiritual watchfulness. Prayer helps you see the trap before you step into it. It exposes the thought you keep feeding, the habit you keep excusing, and the door you keep leaving open. You do not pray because you think you are above failure. You pray because you know your strength has limits. When you stay close to God, temptation loses the power to surprise you. You begin to notice what is pulling you away before it becomes strong enough to rule you. And when you stand firm, your prayers can help someone else stand too. Number 3. Prayer fights for people who cannot fight alone. Some people near you are fighting battles they do not know how to explain. They still smile, work, and speak as if everything is fine. Inside, their faith is under pressure. Luke 22:32 says, "But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not." Jesus knew Peter would be tested. He did not shame Peter for being weak. He stood in prayer for him before the hardest moment came. This shows what your prayers can do for someone who has lost the strength to pray. You can call their name before God. You can ask Him to guard their mind, restore their hope, and keep their faith alive. Your prayer does not control their choices. It places them before the mercy and power of God. A person who feels alone can still be held up by someone who refuses to stop praying. When prayer keeps a heart from giving up, it can also change a situation that looks sealed. Number 4. Prayer changes what looks final. A locked door does not mean God has run out of ways to move. Peter was in prison, bound with chains, and watched by guards. From a human view, the outcome looked fixed. Acts 12:5 says, "Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto God for him." The church could not enter the prison. They could not command the guards or break the chains, but they could pray. Their lack of control did not mean they had no role. They brought the crisis before the one no prison could stop. Prayer does not deny the facts in front of you. It refuses to treat those facts as the final word. The report, delay, rejection, or closed door describes the present moment. It does not decide what God will do next. When you pray, you place the impossible before the God who has no limits. When He opens what no one else could open, your pain becomes proof of His power. Number 5. Prayer turns pain into a witness. God does not waste the place that hurt you. The enemy wants pain to silence your faith and make you believe that nothing good can rise from this season. Acts 16:25 says, "And at midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto God, and the prisoners heard them. Paul and Silas did not wait for the prison doors to open before they prayed. They chose to seek God while the chains were still on them. Their pain became the place where others heard their faith. That is what happens when you pray in the middle of suffering. Your prayer does not erase what happened. It shows that what happened does not own you. People see that your hope comes from God, not from perfect conditions. The enemy wanted the prison to become their final chapter. God turned it into a testimony that reached the jailer and his whole house. Your pain can become the place where someone else sees that God is still near. Your present battle does not have the right to write your final chapter. Prayer places fear, temptation, pain, and every closed door under the rule of God. You do not pray because you are helpless. You pray because you know who holds the last word. The enemy wants you to believe that what you see now is all there will ever be. But God is still working beyond what you can see. Keep praying, keep standing, and keep trusting Him with the outcome. Comment, God has the final word, as your declaration of faith. Share this video with someone who needs hope today. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more messages that strengthen your walk with God.